Yo, what's good, man? We are back with another episode. We back with another episode of the Real Rap Coalition podcast, man. With the Black Roots, man.
Well, that's funny. I just say this nigga name and say the countdown stop.
Nigga popped up doing the countdown, bro.
We just talking mad shit about you.
I'm dedicated, man. Stop playing with me.
Your mic is not
dedicated, nigga.
Your mic ain't.
Yeah, nah, I'm in the car
you
right
talking
now.
over your car. Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
You good though. All right, man. So Bob Celeste, I don't know where he at, man. The brother was ready all day. I don't know where he at right now though. So we gonna go ahead and kick this shit off, man, and see if he pop up later. So today we come to bring you another episode of Secret Invasion, man. Episode 5. One episode left. Before we start to get into it and talk about everything that's going down, man, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. My name is Showtime Slim. Who else we got in the building?
It's Art, man. I know y'all not used to seeing me on this side of the YouTube podcast, whatever.
First time on Secret Invasion, man.
Yeah,
salute to Art.
Black Roots, man. Just pulled up. In the V and shit. Had to get a little haircut real quick. But I made it because I'm dedicated to this shit, nigga.
Yeah, you can't do that stupid ass shit with your mic that you be doing now, nigga. Yeah.
Yo, don't worry about it. I'm on my way home. I'm switching over.
You can't do that stupid ass shit with your fucking mic, nigga.
All right, watch this.
Try it now.
Nigga, as soon as I get... I can't do it now. I can't do it now.
I know you can.
Hey, I bet you gonna realize when I can do it, motherfucker.
Get your stupid ass on, nigga. All right, man. So let's go ahead and talk about this shit, man. Let's start off with this, man, because Art, he pretty much just caught up with the series, man. He binge watched the series and caught up to episode 5, man. Art, what you think about the series so far? Like, what's your overall thoughts on this shit?
My main takeaway from this series is that this was definitely the palate cleanse that Marvel needed for real, as far as tone wise. Like, This shit was like, Marvel been on some super goofy shit. Like they was going way too far towards the fucking Nickelodeon antics with fucking
you mean like
what's this last movie I seen was the Thor
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, it was on too much far. And like if you told me that this and Thor Love and Thunder and fucking Ant-Man Quantumania was all in the same universe, I wouldn't believe you if I wasn't a Marvel fan. But like this
quick
is
question, all did you see the last Ant-Man?
Yeah, I seen that last Ant-Man. The only thing I didn't see was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I missed that one. Okay. But I heard that was good.
And they supposed to be goofy, the Guardians. I love them niggas.
Yeah, I expected from that. So was Ant-Man and them on the same shit?
I like Ant-Man 3, but it was like it was still too goofy. It was too much CGI. That's another thing about
what's crazy, this. I don't think the Ant-Man 3 was as goofy and jokey as like the first two were.
Yeah, no, it was it's not just the goofy. It's the vibe. Period. Like I can't explain it. Like the CGI. Yeah, it's light. It's very lighthearted. It's very campy. Like MODOK and shit like that. Like it's just. But I can understand that because it was in a whole different. It was in a different realm. Yeah, it was in a different realm. So. But this is more grounded. I feel like they needed this more grounded story. This more grounded, like
serious tone.
Not too much CGI. Not too much over the top action and shit. It was more. It relied way more on writing and unpredictability, which was needed.
Yeah.
And this is leading up towards what's the new movie they're supposed to come out with?
Secret War.
Secret War. I feel like that's gonna be. And see now, you're gonna bring all those superheroes into this world now. Like I feel like that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna bring all these superheroes.
They haven't even introduced. Well, they kind of have introduced everybody, but like they still got the Thundermans coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's gonna be fire because that's gonna be more like.
I don't know if Daredevil is gonna be a part of the Secret War, but I know he does have a movie coming up soon.
Yeah, and Daredevil's already like you can't do no goofy shit. You're not gonna be able to do no goofy shit with Daredevil. Like it's just not.
Also, I've heard that they're gonna put Elektra in the Deadpool.
Elektra, I think the Punisher coming out. The Punisher coming out with some shit. I think.
Yeah. So they actually bringing so Deadpool 3. I know this is off topic, but Deadpool 3 is where they're gonna kind of bridge the gap. They kind of tried to do it a little bit with Black Widow, but because it
Yeah,
got pushed back, there was a
that's
lot of stuff that
that's
they
what's
wasn't able
going
to
to
put
be
in.
interesting. Like that's what's going to be interesting to me. Like because Deadpool 3 is going to be like they're going to go right back to the goofy shit with Deadpool 3. They
Test
had
one,
no
two.
choice. Like, but like I can't. I
Hold
don't.
on,
I'm
my
trying to
bad.
figure out what's up.
No, that was Luno trying to talk.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, introduce yourself while you hit, man. Just pulling up.
Yo, Bob Celeste. We got a beat tape coming out soon, some remixes to some cool shit. Drop
Right.
it soon. Appreciate y'all, man, and let's get it, man. Sorry for being late.
Oh yeah, and yeah, Pools, man. I watched the whole show in like 3 hours for these fans.
Yeah, Puos is like, yeah, he watched the show, man.
Wait, he
I
caught
told
up
niggas
in
like
one day?
Yeah, I
yeah,
caught up
because
in one
the
day.
thing with these episodes is the first 2 episodes was 50 minutes plus. The third, fourth, and fifth episode is only 33 to 35
Yeah,
minutes.
that
Well,
helped. That helped a lot.
Yep.
this is a perspective because usually like I'll watch episodic stuff in a marathon. So if I have a show that's already been finished, I'll sit down and I'll watch several episodes on end. A lot of times it's the same episode length, and a lot of these like kind of like here or there shows the pacing is. I want to ask you, Art, like them first few episodes they were longer, but like they definitely didn't feel as long to you, right? Like they
No,
definitely had good pacing. Like
no, because really, like those first 2 episodes together is essentially a movie, like lengthwise.
hmm
Uh, but yeah, no, it didn't really feel that like you know.
So I talked to you.
Thank you
I
for
talked to
not
Art.
saying that
Look,
shit.
Yeah,
look,
I knew exactly what I was doing.
I, I talked to Art a little bit behind the scenes about the guy we talk about all the time, Gravik, and I asked him his
Hey,
thoughts on
yeah.
Gravik. Man, he pretty much shares the same thoughts that we got on Gravik, bro. He wanted him one. And I
he's
think you
def-
said something about Kane. What was it you
But
said about him and Kane?
Yeah, but Kang is actually a good. Like I don't want to talk too much about Kang, but he's actually a good villain. But it's him, Gravik being a good villain also is assisted by the tone of the story. Kang was too serious of a villain for the
For the
environment that
animated
he was
movie,
in.
right?
Yeah, for the environment that he was in, he was
That
too
makes
serious.
sense.
Like the stakes was high. The stakes, like it didn't even feel like the stakes was high enough for him because of
And
the
it was
how.
some. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know how many people seen Ant-Man. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it was some fuck shit that they had Kane on. Like it wasn't even Kane for real. Like it was some fuck
Yeah.
shit.
A variant and all that bullshit. But
Yeah, like come on, man.
yeah, but like Gravik, he seems more serious because everybody else seems more serious around him. So that makes him more of a serious villain.
I got a little bit of a kind of like alternate view, not even like in full disagreement either, because I definitely think he has his serious moments on screen. You can see his conviction, you can see his like his drive, like a lot of those things are present. But he also got a way of like kind of fucking with people, fucking with Nick Fury's head, fucking with his adversaries' minds and stuff, making jokes, making light of situations when it's serious. Knowing he's a step ahead, so he can kind of like act along or play along with motherfuckers' ploys and shit. Like he definitely has like a sort of element of like the smug bastard, like, which I think is needed for a good protagonist too. He's really enjoyable to have on screen. Every time Gravik pulls up, I'm like, all right, what's about to happen? Episode 5 was no
Yeah,
different. Um,
And I think he's a good character for an antagonist. Like we
right,
don't really have those type of antagonists. I feel like in these type of movies,
right.
like we
This,
get the
this, yeah,
Thanos, that's the
this,
fucking big Titan, fucking
yeah.
alien nigga, and
And then
we
when you
get
find
that
out what
type
he
of.
can do and shit, like he's more powerful than all the rest of the niggas. Like, like make it even better.
yeah. Now, obviously you watched all of it today, Art.
Yeah,
So there's probably a lot that probably you haven't had a chance to like talk out, and so I'll give you grace on that. But for this episode particularly, I think there was a lot of like some loops were definitely like covered, but like all the other episodes, some were like unloosened or like things became a little bit more complicated.
I think
Um,
some of the shit we questioned like last week, they answered like some of those things.
very directly, and some of the things that we've been
Mm-hmm.
asking all season too. Um, so this episode here, I mean, even for 30 minutes again, it was like, well, it answered questions. I'm not gonna say it was like a wild episode. It wasn't like too crazy across the board, but it's definitely
Jesus
decent.
Christ.
Um, we got a comment from
Hold
Lights
on,
Out
hold on.
Television.
To
Yeah.
address the comment, that Kang fella fighting some sort of sexual harassment lawsuit, right? Question mark. Lights Out TV. He's actually being proved innocent. There is video evidence of his innocence, and the accusee or accuser rather is now being brought up on charges.
I thought, and it wasn't a physical assault, not like sexual. It wasn't
Yeah,
domestic.
it definitely wasn't
Yeah, it
sexual
was
assault.
domestic.
It was physical assault.
Yeah, it wasn't sexual. But yeah, Jonathan Majors, he is on, like, he's fighting a case. So yeah.
Stay strong, black man.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
So back to what you were saying, Luna.
Oh nah. So a lot of shit to talk about for this episode. A lot of cool moments, a lot of interesting shit going on. But one thing that was answered almost immediately for us is that Talos is, for all intents and purposes, actually dead. So Gaia got to live, but Talos he kicked the bucket. How y'all felt about? Yeah, so y'all pretty much expected him to be actually dead, or I don't remember what everybody's responses was last week, but it was up in the air. So
I wanted him to be
I think
dead.
that nigga, yeah, he dead.
Now
there's only one episode left.
You can't have two people see death and then both of them live.
Both of them
that
survive.
That gives a lighter tone, because if there's no ultimate consequence, then what is the suspense? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Talos been a bitch this entire season. I did think he was going. I thought he was going to have some redemption, and I thought they was going to like bring it full circle to where
it's 2023 though, Slim. Nowadays these niggas be bitches, and it's just all right. And
I think his redemption is going to be like his redemption is going to be through his death.
Through his daughter.
Through his death and through his daughter. Right?
Which there might be some 2023 shit too. Not even gonna lie to you.
That's hers, nigga, not his.
No, I said through his death, like, because he was talking to his daughter about how like people gonna want to see them for who they are, all that bullshit.
That nigga died of sucking in everybody's eyes though, Art. Like they didn't respect him when he died. Now he did some good shit before he died. He did that president shit, but everybody, like all his people, looked at him like a sucker.
Well, I mean, we got one episode to see, maybe Nick Fury can clear shit up for him. Like, nah, he wasn't no bitch ass nigga. Like,
hey,
no, he was.
So hold on,
he didn't prove me otherwise.
Real quick, man. So, this shit actually begins right after the situation in the last episode, which is great. I'm glad there's no real time skip. Like, we just get right after the shit pops off. So I guess they got away. They left Talos back there, rest in peace. But somehow they got his body back. We'll talk about it. So they there. He at the hospital and shit. Nick Fury, he there with the president and shit like that. And the doctors don't let him in the operating room, but he started like talking to nigga ear, like, look, it was not the fucking Russians. It was not the Russians. Like,
do not trust Colonel Rhodes, is what he told him.
Yeah, don't trust Rhodes. Right.
Now wasn't the president unconscious at that point or not?
Yeah, it's assumed that he was. In which one more thing I actually saw on this scene. So I done started like trying to watch like the little Easter egg thing, so maybe I can catch things that I didn't while I was watching it. And there was one I guess critique you could say of the scene where he's being wheeled through the hospital. The president's been shot and it's real secluded whenever they're going through the hospital, and you expect that to be bigger, which I don't, because I mean, security purposes, it's still the president. You don't want a whole bunch of people around when the president is the one being
with. Probably told niggas, get the fuck out of the way. Like, don't be here when we pull up, type shit.
Right. But yeah, so basically, they're there at the hospital and shit like that, and he's in there and he's getting operated on and shit like that, and then he sit outside the door with a gun, like he just waiting for smoke, yo. I don't know who he expected to pull up, but knowing that the president is, if he knew that Rhodes was coming, that makes a lot of sense. So he was sat out there posted or whatever else. But Rhodes, he was on the road and shit like that. He's gonna get some orders and shit. Basically, he said to keep the president alive, right? And then tell him that it was the Russians or whatever, so he could start the war, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before he made that call, obviously we saw that there were some niggas that like didn't like Gravik and shit like that.
Yeah, the new nigga that had pulled up at the beginning of the shit. I forget what his name was. I think it started with like a B or some shit.
I don't remember his name. They're just the black he wasn't even important.
Yeah, the black
dude. I thought he was gonna be important, bro.
They made him out like he was gonna be important. He's not even important.
Nigga ain't do nothing.
He did something this time, but shit.
I call that nigga I call him the British.
What did he do? That nigga put a bag over Gravik head and then died 2 minutes later.
He tried.
They hit him in the back with a hammer. They put him on top of a table for some reason and punched him.
Because I think
I guess that was meant to like weigh him down or some shit. I don't know. That shit was kind of stupid to me.
But
I feel like they didn't plan that out well at all.
Yeah, I don't think they knew that the Super Scroll shit was popping.
I don't think they did. Yeah, they just thought he was a regular scroll like them.
Yeah,
nigga.
Exactly. They like could pin him down and just kill him.
Super Scroll, nigga. He's on y'all ass.
Yo, and then
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga definitely beat the shit out them niggas.
Hey,
he beat the shit out of him.
I want to make a point though about the call. Like what you said about he told him to tell the Russians, but we thought that was the plan from the beginning, but he actually like did like a little twist to it, and he told him, yeah, tell him it was the Russians, but tell him that the Russians had help from Skrulls.
Yeah.
And so he added that little detail in there that they never did before this episode. And so it's part of his plan now that he's fucking trying to get him to target a fucking what is it, like a base or something in Russia?
It's where they are. It's where they are
in there.
Yeah, that's the base that they're operating from.
Oh, they're in Russia.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, and that was another thing that
Moscow. Shit.
That was another thing that I picked up.
Shit, Gravik. That's even worse.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck no more, bro. Like, so that was another thing that I picked up. That was another thing that I picked up in the little video that I watched, where it started out, or it was at least perceived that Gravik's main goal was to take over the planet for Skrulls to have a home.
Exactly.
But now it just seemed like he just power hungry.
Yeah, he said he was gonna make all the countries go to war and shit. He said he was gonna basically make everybody fight each other by like situations that he causes and shit. So the Moscow attack or whatever else is so funny because if he didn't have that video of Nick Fury, how are they gonna like say that there was like some sort of like foreign intervention or that one of the Avengers did it? They would have nothing. But literally Nick showing up to stop the shit actually ended up being like a point of evidence. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, but but also shit. If he wanted to, he could have just turned into that nigga anyway. Like, he got the shape-shifting ability. And like what we saw on video was him. So like he could have did that regardless.
Yeah, exactly. So
it was a setup the entire time.
Exactly.
That's why so if we go back to episode 1, that's why it was Gaia, the whole little thing where they told him about the bags and they were decoys and everything, and then he shot Maria. Like all of that was planned and set up to be a setup for Nick Fury from the very beginning. We didn't know that back then, but now I see like there's a fucking videotape of you shooting Maria Hill, nigga. It was setting you up the whole time.
Wait, but don't you think that it's a case that it could have been just improv? Like, all right, so it happened, it popped off. And
I think that might have been improv based off of them being there. Because Gravik wasn't even supposed to be there whenever the explosion
Because they had 2 interactions between Nick and Gravik, I think, since this latest shit pop off or whatever. And in neither of those times had Gravik ever mentioned like using that as leverage. It wasn't even an idea on screen.
So I got a question then. So how do you explain so Gaia told them where they were going to be at and what they were going to have with the bags and everything.
Yeah.
But the bags that she told them about was decoys. So how do you explain that if they didn't expect them to be there? I feel like they knew that Nick Fury was going to be there.
There's 2 ways you can read it, bro. There's 2 ways you can read it. One way is that she told them about that information, but she knew that they were decoys the whole time and she was scared of Gravik. The other way that you could read it is that Gravik never trusted Gaia from the start. And he didn't want to give her like that sensitive of a mission. So he gave her the information as a diversion to like lure anybody she could be like collaborating with in the field.
So I'll say this. The way I see it from the beginning is he trusted her at first. But then, as shit started to go on, then he started to lose trust for her. Because it seemed like he was really fucking with her from the beginning type shit. Gaia?
Yeah.
When you say fucking with her, you mean like kind of leading her on in a way?
No, like
he was okay.
Hey, real quick, because I want to go off topic. But I watched this shit in one day. I was kind of fatigued, so I was kind of missing out on one of these storylines. What's going on with Nick Fury's wife or whatever it was? What's the deal with her? Because I barely could.
Yeah, so basically with her, they met back in, what was it, 1997, when all of this scroll shit kind of started. They met around that time. They met up again right after the Avengers were first
shit.
introduced on 2012 shit, and they started fucking with each other. They got married, but it came into question around this time that she could possibly be working for Gravik, in which turns out she was, but she ended up betraying Gravik because she didn't kill Nick Fury. And so in this episode, when dude is pressing Gravik about her not, pulling her weight and whatever, and how could you expect her to possibly do that and shit like that, that's what all of that stemmed from. She was supposed to be like a double agent or some type shit, but she didn't do what she was told to do. She didn't follow the order.
So was she's a Skrull, right?
Yes.
Yes,
okay,
she is a Skrull.
They talked about that in the
she
kitchen.
was a Skrull that she took the place of this dying doctor or psychiatrist, wherever she was, and the psychiatrist or whoever she was basically told her like, she gave her these 3 instructions, and one of them was not to hurt Nick type shit. But she asked her, like, did you ever want to fall in love or this and that? So I guess so she didn't kill Nick. She's a traitor.
She's a real one, but she's not a real one.
Well,
but
we just learned how real
she's real to Nick.
Now.
She's a traitor.
Don't get it twisted, Art. Don't get it twisted, Art. Like this whole season, for the time that she's been in episodes, so it's been about 3 or so episodes. I feel like Priscilla has been, for all intents and purposes, kind of just useless. She works for Gravik, but she's like emotionally concerned, and she's not gonna do what she's supposed to do. And then you're like kind of like, okay, but like really, what is she? She's married to Nick Fury. Like, what is she actually? This episode 5 actually gave us kind of like a little climax or whatever.
You know what? Crazy because I know it's crazy because for some reason, as soon as I seen her, I knew something was going to be up there. Like, because I'm like, we ain't never seen enough about Nick Fury's fucking wife in all these movies.
I don't think she was useless though up until this point. I feel like she kind of helped us see things from the side that we couldn't see, like the Skrull side that we didn't know behind, because she was working with Gravik and working with Rhodes, and so we kind of got like the inside information that they were feeding her about what to do and this and that. We saw that side that we probably wouldn't have saw if she wasn't here.
Yeah.
Well, he was able to get some information out of her. I just don't remember.
Well, whenever they was at the church, when she met at the church, well, shit, Nick bugged her, so that only. But
yeah,
shit,
exactly.
She needed to be bugged. She needed to be bugged.
I guess, but you're not helping me say she's not useless, because low key, man, the best you could do for a nigga is let him like put microphone on your.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, she might be useless in the context of what's going on in the show, but for the audience, she's not useless because let's say that scene. That scene specifically, we found out that Rhodey was working with Gravik and the Skrull in that scene in the church.
Oh, exactly.
And it's because of her being bugged type shit.
Yeah, but she asked though. But this episode proved that she's not for real. This episode proved that it's not.
You want to know what I think about this episode, nigga? It proved that she alright. It proved that Gaia really liked that. Like, I didn't know before if she was actually like that or how she was. Gaia was on ass, nigga. She was on niggas' ass in there.
Low key, Gaia. They you know, the thing is, this episode, like, them characters wasn't about to die for real, bro. Like, they was in there and shit like that, just chilling, holding arms.
Hey, if she was there by herself, she would have got smoked. Priscilla was there by herself.
Well, here's the thing, right? Let's say like Gaia like pops off. She's like enhanced Skrull. I don't know what type of power she got. She got all the same shit. She probably busted, but let's say all she got is like that regenerating shit, but she got nothing else, right? I feel like it's like she could basically just get like hurt real bad, and then if Priscilla dies, she's dead, bro. Like, if she gets mortally wounded, that's it. Right. So even if she was popping off or whatever, there's like one stray bullet's all it took, and then she's.
I don't know if Gaia could get hurt bad, because you know what we saw from Gravik when Nick shot him in the fucking face, the nigga face just grew back right there. So I'm assuming she got that same shit. I don't know if she got the fucking I am Groot arm and all that. I don't think she has all that.
That's what I'm saying.
She definitely got that. Like, whenever Gravik got shot in the face and that bitch just grew back immediately, I feel like she got that. We just ain't see her get hit yet. But she was on them niggas' ass in that gunfight, nigga. They sent a squad in that bitch. There was a lot of fucking niggas in there, boy.
It was, and like they even had like that moment of pause after they killed most of them and shit.
When the nigga
and then
dropped
one of them
down from the
busted
ceiling,
son.
like
What
she
the
was
fuck
on
was he?
ass, bro.
You telling me
Vera
that
was
niggas was squabbing and you just found a spot and like dug a hole, or like how did you get into the? You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas is tweaking, son. Yeah, they still
Vera
got
was
bodied.
cool, man. They did some okay teamwork, but Gaia the MVP in that scene to me. Like that's the second time I seen her. Like the first time was when she beat up them little bodyguards outside or whatever. I wasn't really sure about her. I was like, yeah, she might be cool. But in this scene, like she was fucking wilding. She was shooting the shit out niggas.
But you know what's crazy is that, yo, Nick Fury is really that nigga, yo. Like you could be like this nigga's neighbor, and you got a problem, like, bruh, your motherfucking music is too loud, or you're parking your car too close on the curb. But then one day you actually decide to pull up and do something. These niggas just have a drawer with backpacks in a room of plants that got guns in them. It's like, who the fuck is these niggas, yo? Like, it's crazy.
Fucking spies, nigga. They all spies.
Motherfucker just say, come over here, I got a drawer. This shit opened up, you got a pack of weapons, put that shit on like a backpack, it got clips on it and everything. Hey, you ready?
Hey, look, something important that happened that we kind of skipped over was in the hospital scene whenever Rhodey pulled up. He like Nick was threatening him, like, you think I'm gonna let you near the president? Nigga, like he had the gun to his face, and he pretty much told him like, shit, like the whole world finna know that you killed Maria Hill because that video, nigga, I put the video out and that bitch, like in 60 seconds, nigga, like you're gonna be the most hated man in the world, type shit. And so something that we see from that is that Nick Fury is kind of on the run, type shit. He like the police are after this nigga now, and
yeah,
I'm wondering if that is because we saw the scene with him and Guy at the end, and he said he was going to Finland and this and that. He's going to meet up with Gravik, but I wonder if that's going to take. I don't know how that's going to affect, like if that's going to affect the series or not. Like now that this tape is out and he's the most wanted nigga in America, type shit.
Well, it'd be crazy if the Avengers came back to do something about it.
Well, they not. I said that last week, but they're not.
He hinted that. He hinted at something.
Confirmed that. No, the fuck he didn't. He confirmed that they not coming.
No, he said the Avengers not coming back. But I feel like something's gonna it's gonna be like this is the last episode. It's probably gonna be about
Gaia, bro.
It's gonna be another hour-long episode, probably.
Lights out, man. This is a fire ass show. I definitely recommend it. Like,
yeah, this shit fire, nigga. I recommended it to you every week. Lights out.
Oh, y'all know each other. So Slim actually knows one of the commenters, folks.
Yeah, I recommended it to him every week, bro.
Yeah, so
we all know him too, Luna.
Oh man, it's like that. Damn, we could have convinced the people we had like somebody watching and like listening and
we
shit.
do. It's just somebody we know. Shout out Lights Out Television.
Shout out Lights Out, man.
But yeah, Lights Out, I will watch this show, bro. It's fire. Watch it for the season finale. Maybe you can join us next week. But yeah. What you were saying, Art? I believe it was Art.
I feel like it's gonna be more big. I'm not saying the Avengers or nothing like that, and there's probably not even in that budget for the show. But I don't know, man. We might see fucking. At least we gonna maybe see Rhodes put the suit on or some shit. I don't know.
So the problem is that ain't Rhodes.
That ain't Rhodes, I know, but shit, he's in the show. They got Don Cheadle. They'll find a nigga somewhere.
I don't know if I asked this last week or if somebody asked this about where the real War Machine is, or if I don't know if I read this somewhere or something. I don't know, but that nigga probably not even able to pull up, bro. That's why they got a scroll pretending to be this nigga.
I don't know.
That nigga is probably in a compound or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get his ass.
Nah, they gon' it's gonna be Gaia. Obviously, she's gonna have a big part in fighting Gravik.
She probably fight Gravik 1-on-1.
Now, what about this Harvest shit they talking about? This Harvest shit is what he's after.
That is sort of a leap ahead, yo, because there's somebody who's associated with that situation that we got to get back to, which is that British chick, Sonya, right?
Sonya. Sonya.
So Sonya actually pulled up on her boss and shit, and basically that nigga was a scroll. All right, she pulled a gun on him and said, you know what I'm saying? Where the fuck is Dalton? Who's the name that the nigga she was torturing an episode or two ago told her was the name of the dude who was doing the experiments for Gravik, right?
That's the older lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her. She fine.
I do too. I like her as an antagonist. Like, even though I don't know what side she's on, but she's just antagonistic to me. I like her.
I didn't even pay attention to what side she was on. I just liked her character.
I can't tell what side she's on. I guess she's on Nick's side, but I know like the first episode she was trying to get Nick out the way. Like she kidnapped that nigga and told that nigga he ain't got it no more. Get the fuck. So I guess she's on that side of the law or whatever. But the way she goes about things is like not by the book. Like how she did, bro, when she had him locked in that little thing and she was torturing that nigga. Like that shit, she might be on the side of justice, but she don't do it by the book, and I like her.
I think it might be the opposite. I think she's self-interested. She definitely has an affinity for Nick Fury. Like, I feel like all this she's doing is because she got the drop. She got intel from Nick. So she kind of paying him back by like being somebody who will slide, like if they, you know what I'm saying, or whatever else. And like obviously we see they met up again in this episode. This dude Nick felt comfortable really being, you know, looking to her for shit. So I feel like
she's a part of the government though, for sure, right?
I think she's just.
They said what she was. I don't remember, but you remember towards the end of the show, like I don't remember what the fuck Roots is bad. Roots, do you know what the Sonya lady is? Like, what's her title, position, anything?
Yeah, nigga.
Look at this.
Yeah, nigga.
I was finna get on this nigga. Weak ass nigga, boy.
This nigga gone, bro.
I think she
Hello?
is.
Yo, Luno, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right,
you don't hear? You hear everybody?
I don't hear Roots.
He on his new mic. That's why.
Yo.
He on his new fucking mic.
Am I like not loud?
That shit in this
I can hear you. He can't hear you.
Wait, hold up a second. There's something wrong, bro.
You then, nigga.
Yeah, it's him.
It gotta be me if I can't hear Roots, because I was hearing everybody before.
I think Art heard him too.
Yeah, I heard him.
All right, bet.
Yeah, it's just
wait, hold up. Roots shit is glowing. Pause.
Yeah, he's talking. Whoa, what?
What?
Why do you know this information?
Yo, first of all, no, it's not.
It's doing what?
Don't
deny.
You need to clarify that shit.
I don't want to know.
What is going on?
It's making lies up about me. Weird.
I was talking about the circle on the motherfucking StreamYard, dog. Not whatever you thought it might have been.
Hey man, enjoy these sounds of whatever. While we got this bullshit going on, man, we're gonna have a brief intermission real quick, man. What they talking about?
That is crazy.
You gotta clear the fuck out this weak ass stupid shit y'all doing.
Yeah, that's a well-needed intermission, dog. I don't know what the hell going on.
Y'all niggas is tripping, nigga. Get right.
Listen, man, I didn't use my words correctly.
You hear this fucking chant in the background, Luno? Did you hear that chant?
Hold on. Woo!
He about to freestyle.
Nah, you can't freestyle after that comment, bro.
The last time Luno rapped on this bitch, it was ass. And I got the fucking timestamp, nigga. It was trash. Like niggas ain't even know you was a rapper, bro. That shit was trash.
That's how you let niggas know you rap.
that shit might have been terrible.
It was that Talos shit you said with the towels, and I know what it was, nigga. That shit was trash.
Oh, that sound ass. Yeah, I definitely agree. That might have been the worst shit.
But look, to get back on topic, y'all was asking about Sonya. Is that her name?
Sir.
Sonya?
The British chick.
So it seems like she's what Nick is, but in Russia.
Fucking look it up, man. Y'all don't know. Russia? That bitch British.
Yeah, but they're in Russia.
She's not from Russia. She definitely said something about the UK.
There.
What I'm saying, she said something about the UK in the show. I think she
deals with like intelligence and shit of that nature. She got secrets and all that shit.
Yeah, let me see exactly what she is. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah. So what side do you think she's on, Roots? Because that's what we were discussing.
They were actually. So Nick Fury was talking about it before, where she's like the scorched earth type. You know, anybody who is opposing her is the enemy, and she'll
or
do
just anybody
anything.
that's in her way type shit.
Exactly.
Like, if Nick
And
was in
she'll
her
do-
way, she would get on his ass.
Exactly. Like she in which that bitch cold. She was definitely doing some cold shit but like some like smooth cold shit. Like whenever they ran down on the doctor and shit, and dude pulled out a big ass elephant shotgun. And she looked at that shit like,
I'm not gonna let her betray Gravik. Let us go.
Oh, shot him square in his shit.
She shot the fuck out
of him. And then, bro, I didn't even think she had a gun. She had her arms folded, and then all of a sudden pulled a fucking Glock out and shot this man in the face.
Okay, so I know what it is. Sonya Falsworth. She's a MI6 agent, which is a military intelligence section 6.
Does it specify
secret
where?
intelligence service?
Does it specify? Does it specify for what country? I know MI6 is like, ain't that like British or UK or some shit?
I think she works. Yeah, it says location United Kingdom.
Yeah, so, yeah. So that's like their CIA.
Okay.
So
pretty much Nick is the US.
Get them the fuck out of here.
She's the British. So she's the UK bitch. Why she? I don't really know what country they're in. They're not on American soil, right?
Right.
Okay, so she probably could do what she wants. She can't do that shit over here.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, but yeah, she not fucking with these scrolls, and she gonna do anything and everything to get them the fuck up out of here. Which is why they're like they were already familiar with each other even when she showed up. Which is also why Nick knows so much about her and know how she operates and shit. And I think he even knows not to get on her bad side type shit. Just with the like from the torture scene to her fucking running down on whoever that was, in which I this is why I gotta start watching the like before the like at the beginning when they do the little recap shit. I got to start watching those more. So I watched it this time, and they showed the redhead dude. And whenever she was talking on the phone with Nick, and she said, "Yeah, I'm dealing with my own mole right now." And then so they showed a picture of him on some file or some shit. And then in this episode, she run down on him, pop him one in the leg real quick or in the hand. I don't know. Maybe it went through the leg and the hand. And that nigga started turning green.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the security was like on that with her, and then they realized, oh, this nigga ain't even who he says he is.
All right. So Sonya is fucking fire. I'm gonna lie. Regardless of what side she's on, she's fire the way she's doing shit. Whether she's an antagonist or she's helping the protagonist, whatever it is, I fuck with her. Salute to her. She's played by Olivia Colman.
I think she would be considered maybe like an anti-hero, like maybe in that slot. Where
like
she's
Thanos.
Yeah, like no, not necessarily like Thanos. More
Thanos
like
anti-hero, ain't he?
What?
I don't think so. Is an anti-hero.
Yeah, Deadpool is an anti-hero. Punisher is an
Thanos is an anti-villain, right? He might be an anti-villain.
You can't kill half the universe to be an anti-hero.
Yeah, he was doing it for a good reason.
That's not that he was doing it for his own good reason.
That's not necessarily an anti-hero.
And he ain't wrong either.
Why couldn't he snap his fingers and make humans good then? He could do it. He could do anything else.
But his thing wasn't a morality thing. His thing wasn't like a morality thing.
Yeah, it was like resources. Yeah, so why couldn't he snap his hands? Why couldn't he snap his fingers and make more resources?
No, the niggas say I'm gonna get rid of half you niggas and the resources gonna be good because half y'all gone. Y'all can't use these bitches.
That nigga just wanted to kill people, bro. That was a bullshit act.
He ain't even kill them. They went away in the blip. They ain't die.
Shit, they came back. Shit.
They came back.
Nigga, they had to beat the shit out of the nigga to put him in.
Nigga, they had to go back in time, bro. They had to do a lot of shit.
They had to do all types of shit to get like you said like
time travel, nigga.
He said like he just gave niggas the Infinity Stones for niggas to give him back. Like
they had to chop Buddy's head off and a lot of things.
To get back on the
Thor had to turn into a fat fucking gamer, nigga.
Did y'all talk about the scene between Nick Fury and Rhodey in this episode?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that shit was fire. How and I can't tell who it was that said it. I want to say it was Rhodey that said the shit whenever he pulled the gun. Nick pulled the gun on him. He said, "I dare you." He whispered that shit. He said, "I dare you," and then he started talking regular. And then
he told him about the whole.
Yeah, he told him about the video and shit, and then right as Nick was walking off, 30 more security guards pulled up.
I thought that shit was wild and kind of dumb too. Like, if you're gonna do all that shit, he's like, "Listen, you're gonna be in for a show.
It's just a preview right here."
When Rudy told them,
I don't want to have to show you the full show or some shit.
You see these 30 niggas that just pulled up, nigga? That's a preview, nigga. I got 30 more,
That's
nigga.
a preview, nigga.
That was some fire shit. That nigga said this is a preview, and if you pull
I ain't think it was that fire.
I'll give you the full show.
I don't think it was that fire.
Think it was that fire, Root.
I felt like it was random. While I was watching on the screen, he had one dude next to him or whatever, yo.
Yeah, because whenever Nick had the gun on him, it was only like two niggas that had guns.
It was only two and shit.
So what are these other 30 niggas was
and then these other niggas just pulled up out of nowhere, son. I'm like, damn,
on, man, fuck out of here, nigga.
That nigga got security on lock, nigga.
That's how you know he pussy, yo. This nigga.
Oh, definitely.
Yo, man.
He one of them niggas that wait till you like get down the street and then start talking crazy. Because that's what he did. He waited till Nick was walking away and be like, "Yeah, that's a preview, bitch ass nigga. And I'm on your ass. You come back, nigga. Like, why you didn't say that when you had this gun in your face, nigga?"
Well, I mean, he did, but it was in some slick shit. He said, "I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like for somebody."
Roots, what's the procedure when a gun in your face?
Roddy's procedure is to say, "Bitch, you ain't pulling that bitch
what's
yet,
yours?
Which means you ain't gonna pull
What's
nothing.
Yours, Roots?
Blow that
what's
hoe,
yours?
Nigga. Blow that bitch, nigga.
All right, then.
Pull a fucking trigger."
Yeah, Roddy said like he ain't the type to pull a gun and not use it. He said that shit in there too, right?
That shit was cold. And I ain't the type to pull a piece and not use it, nigga.
That part was. I don't believe him.
That's crazy, and I don't believe him.
Yeah, I don't believe that scroll ass nigga, boy. He just talking, and it's a bitch too.
We ain't seen him pull a piece yet, so
that's a
maybe
bitch
in this
too,
episode coming.
He a diva, bro. Like, he don't ever be like in the actual scrap. When there all that explosion in the fake Russian
that nigga
attack,
was chilling in his
in the back seat, son.
It's really a girl, bro. Really.
That don't mean shit. Gaia with the shits. And
Gaia with the shits, but she's a fucking super scroll now. Salute to her.
Okay, so Nick Fury wife, she with the shits too.
Not really.
You know what's crazy?
So she ain't shooting mad niggas in there with Gaia?
Bro, So what I said when you wasn't here is if Gaia wasn't there, she would have got smoked, nigga. Immediately.
Shit, maybe. But she
ain't
still
no
got
baby,
out.
nigga. You see how many niggas they brought in there?
It don't matter. She still
body that hoe.
And she still got down, nigga. She ain't
running. No, Gaia got down. She was cool. And I said this like 10 minutes ago. She was cool. Gaia was wilding on niggas. She was on niggas' ass. If it wasn't for big bad Gaia, your ass would have been out of there. Vera.
Yeah, Gaia had
she was there, and she dropped bodies just like Gaia was dropping bodies. Not
they
in
had
the same fashion.
Teamwork. They had okay teamwork, but Gaia definitely took care of most of them niggas that was in there, bro.
I appreciate the fact that it's not a lot of people we see that just don't do anything.
I can't say that she's with the shits because they was coming in there to kill her. She was defending herself, defending her life. That's what she had no choice.
But she did have a choice, and she did not have a choice. Listen, she said in that conversation prior, Gaia asked her, "If you know people are out to kill you, why'd you stay here?" She said, "Nigga, because this is my crib." Fuck you mean?
That's not what she said.
That's pretty much what she said, bro. She said it takes a lot. It takes a lot to set up a life that
she was submissive as hell in her response.
What you mean she was submissive?
She said
she's heartfelt, but she wasn't.
This submissive. Is what she said. She said, "Yeah, I would rather like." She basically said like, "I would rather die somewhere where I'm happy, and I'm not gonna go like die in the middle of an alley. They gonna catch me in the middle of an alley and running."
Nigga,
and that's what she said.
The same thing as I rather die on my feet than on my knees.
So that means she cool where she at, and they was gonna come in and shoot the fuck out of her. She knew that. She was ready to die. The only reason she ain't die is because Gaia was there. Gaia was with the smoke. Vera wasn't really with no smoke. Vera was trying to protect herself.
This is a bull. How are you willing to protect yourself not being with
that? Don't mean you with the smoke because you're trying to protect yourself. It don't.
I don't know. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
there's a such thing as fight or flight. It's either you run or you fight, and she ain't
gonna die either way. She said that. Ain't no running.
Did she die? No, she did not.
Because of Gaia. Because of Gaia.
Bro, when somebody you're painting it as if Gaia saved her life. As if
she did. Essentially, she did.
Bro, she had a gun too. She was shooting people too.
What I'm telling you is if Gaia isn't there, that bitch is not staying alive. She's dying. Gaia saved her life, essentially.
Well, she definitely wasn't anticipating for Gaia to pull up. She came out there with the gun out and shit, so she didn't know somebody's about to be pulling up. So she was really willing to sit in that crib and fight, even if that means she met death, yo.
She knew
But
she was gonna die.
the thing
That's what it
is
was.
that once you get another person who's like above average, because clearly Priscilla is not just anybody. She could definitely hold her own. She
Right.
didn't get shot. The closest she got to getting shot was after she threw that little grenade and bro started spraying. Like, but otherwise, she was chilling and they were standing out, like kind of exposed. Like, I just think them niggas were ass and they completed the objective, yo. You know what I'm saying? And for Gaia too, we need to see her actually use them super scroll shits because there's a world where, yeah, maybe Priscilla really didn't even need to fight, yo. What if she could just Groot arm or some bullshit, son? Like,
Priscilla, she can't.
nah, what's her name?
Gaia. I don't think she can either because, well, it's probably just because we haven't seen it, but it's like, I don't know. We've seen Gravik do it like 2-3 times. Like, why you ain't do it if you could do it, Gaia?
Right, unless she only got one of the codes and shit.
So with that being said, let's talk about the harvest thing because we didn't really touch on that. What y'all think about the harvest? Because that's what Gravik was really after this entire time.
Well,
it makes sense. It speaks to him saying before, you don't think I planned for that? Whenever they were talking about, well, what if the Avengers come back? Yeah, that seems like a pretty good plan. If you got these niggas DNA that you have a machine to be able to fight just like they do, which we don't necessarily know what that looks like.
The problem is he don't have it. He can't find it. He got these little samples.
I think at that point he figured, because remember they sent
he knew what it was.
Yeah, he sent old boy out to go look for it and whatever, and he ended up not being able to find it. But
and Nick Fury, we found out Nick Fury removed it and put it somewhere else.
Right. I mean, I don't know what it looks like. Like, I can imagine Gravik with the powers of the Avengers. However,
that should be scary.
It's still just one of you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, that'd be scary as fuck.
But yeah, real quickly though, before you talk about the harvest, it's important to note that Sonya ended up meeting the people who were doing the experiments and shit for Gravik or whatever, and she had the motherfuckers like burn their crib and shit like that because they had some shit they shouldn't have or whatever, right? And then they try to break free and shit. Yo, this nigga tried to kill his own wife, yo, to get away from her, yo. What kind of decision is that, son?
I mean,
because he was loyal to Gravik.
It's a point of leverage. At that point, he's just like, I'm not about to let her.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Betray.
Like he assumed that she was just some regular shorty that is gonna get emotional because you about to threaten your wife and she's innocent and all. Like, hell nah, she just shot him right in the head, son.
In which I don't appreciate her. I don't appreciate Sonya kind of throwing all men under the bus. What she said, she was like, "Oh, that's what they do. That's what men do. They go from gaslighting you to violence or some shit."
Yeah, that's
her character though. That's kind of in her character though.
I mean, the condescending part, yeah, but damn, you gotta say all men like that? Fuck.
Shit,
well, she's not just like she's not a regular shorty. Like, this is some chick that's obviously twisted in her fucking head, yo. Like, she's definitely like on some like wild ass, like she probably don't take shit for nobody type shit. Like, I feel like I understand why she act like that. And no funny too, when she was torturing that motherfucker for information in that shop and shit, yo, she was having fun, nigga.
Them the motherfuckers you gotta be scared of, not the motherfuckers that's punching on niggas.
Bro, she having a good ass time while she driving goddamn metal pipes in the motherfucker's shoulders.
Bro, she popped off the torture with cutting one of his fingers off, bro.
Yeah,
like usually there's some type of build up to that. Like, she started with that.
Yo, she's twisted, son. So in any case, she meet the motherfuckers and she ends up killing the nigga. But when Guy and Nick met up or whatever, Nick was trying to say, you know what I'm saying, that this is your time, you gotta act and shit like that because your pop's gone, whatever. And she was just like, you can't tell me nothing, something, where's my father's body? I want to bury him. And then he goes go see Priscilla.
She said she ran away from her pops because she knew he would lose too. That's why I say like he died a sucker. Nobody believed in you.
But she still don't paint her like that. Like, she still felt bad that was the last thing she said.
But what I'm saying is the way everybody looked at Talos, they didn't respect him, bro. Nobody did except Nick.
Well, you know what? Like you were saying before, because y'all made a strong point about this before. Like, I do think this is gonna serve as some motivation for Nick. But one thing that I will note about this section is that I can tell that Gaia felt bad. but the way that she acted, I felt like her face didn't change much in this episode. I thought Gaia was all too calm for so much of what occurred, and she had the reflexes to do the action, but in like the dialogue, I felt like this guy that we got this season was just here to just fulfill the plot purpose, And it kind of sucks because that action scene at the end, I mean, that fight was free. It was a,
Hey,
it
you
was
know
a,
what's crazy about
yeah,
that, Luna?
yeah,
I looked it up because Vera was telling guys, she was like, "You're just young, this and that, or whatever." And I looked it up, and Amelia Clark, the lady that plays Gaia, she's 36 years old. And I never really knew because she kind of looks old in the face, but then she kind of looks young because I don't know if it's her stature or what, but
yeah.
she's actually 36 years old.
Wow. She don't look it at all.
Yeah, I don't know. She got a weird look, kind of, so I don't really know how
Yeah,
she
I
looks.
agree. She do
I
look
think
mad young.
I think maybe her height definitely adds to how young she looks.
I feel like she got a smaller frame, so like maybe that youth makes her more youthful, or like I don't know. She might just have like a baby face, no cap. Like,
But yeah, it might be a baby face, but it's also like kind of, I don't know, it's not
It's
wrinkly, but it's
like
like,
everything about her. Like,
yeah, I don't know what it is, man. Salute the guy though. Like, I like how she looks though. I fuck with her as a character. Like, I would fuck her.
would you? I don't even know. Like, I haven't
Yeah,
like. I
fucking the
think
shit out that scroll,
she
boy.
be dressed for this show. Like, she got to dress a certain way. Like, it's not like no fan service.
It
So like,
don't
I don't
matter.
really.
That shit can come off.
No, I don't know what
Jesus
it looks like
Christ.
though.
It look like some scroll pussy, nigga. What you mean? What it look like?
I don't know. She got the super scroll shit in her now, which makes their ears bigger. If you notice that on
That make the
on
pussy
Gravik.
bigger too, nigga.
What nigga?
Easy
It
access.
Relax.
It might.
It does. Like, why you act like I'm lying?
No, I don't know that for a fact because they ain't dropped the X-rated
Did you see
version
old
yet.
girl, old scroll when she the one that's playing Rose when
Old
she got out
Scroll.
that bathtub?
Yeah.
Like Gaia probably looked 10 times colder than that now that she a super scroll.
I think you might be horny, Slim. I think you need to
I
relax,
just like
bro.
Gaia, bro. That's it. Damn, I can't like Gaia.
Do you like Gaia just for her human form, or is it because you know she can transform into a serpent?
Well, I like the human form. Did you say a serpent?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what he said. That actually
She's
brings
not
to
a snake.
the point of the conversation that Gaia and
Whatchamacallit?
Priscilla had,
She a
where
reptile.
Gaia was asking, in which Priscilla definitely took like offense to it, but she asked her, "Does he love you for your face that you put on?" Or, oh no, she acknowledges that Nick loves her appearance now, but she asked, "Does he also love you for your real appearance?" And Priscilla got pissed about that shit, and she was like, "No, I didn't mean to offend." She's like, "Yeah, you did because you're young." That actually makes me think that, you know, just how they do certain things, and you know, when they deal with the guy's character, it makes me think that maybe she'll be present in something later on. Would y'all be interested in seeing her maybe when Secret War comes out, and maybe her fighting alongside of the Avengers?
Nah, if she does. But you know what's crazy about what you just said, Roots? They kind of they alluded to that. Was it last week? Whenever she was talking to Nick, and I think she asked Nick something like that. She asked she basically asked Nick that, like, would you love me if I was myself or something like that, if I didn't have this form or some shit? And he said, I guess we'll never know, or something like that.
Which I didn't know. I didn't really understand what that alluded to. Like, is he done with her at this point?
Nah, I think that's the same thing that Gaia asks. Like, would Nick love her as her scroll form, or does he just like her because she's looking like a human type shit?
That's kind
like,
of
do you love who I actually am type shit? I think that's the same shit Gaia was asking her today, and that's why she got pissed.
Yeah, but in any case though, obviously they bodied the fuck out of the niggas who invaded and shit like that. When the president woke up, the nigga Rhodey told him that the Skrulls were working with the Russians and shit like that. He showed a picture of the compound and said, "We gotta bomb it.
We gotta blow that hole up, bro.
You just gotta blow up all the Skrulls at once, President. Mr. President, you know everybody else would be in favor of this. You gotta do it." So
which makes me think that all that shit that Nick was whispering in his ear and shit was not effective at all, because he didn't hear that shit.
I don't know, and that's the part that I don't know yet, because maybe he did. Like he didn't really give any response to it.
I don't
and they'll
see
probably
a
address it
president
next
as
week.
being, I guess, secretive, like being able to like maneuver in that situation for real, where it's just Rhodey and him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to also realize this is a show.
True.
and so Nick was whispering to him like, don't trust Rhodes. And when Rhodes told him that shit about the scroll, like he didn't really respond. I'm wondering if next week they're gonna, like, the president's gonna kind of like think back and remember what Nick said, or how they're gonna handle that.
Or maybe Rhodey's gonna fuck up.
Well,
yeah,
one
because
thing that's
Gravik threatened that
interesting.
nigga too.
One thing that's
If he fucked
interesting
up.
is that Rhodes, just like Nick Fury, apparently gets information from Sonya. So to your comments about being a double agent, I guess it comes full circle, right? When the president woke up, she did say that she got corroborating evidence from Sonya, yo. That means that literally, like, the information about like Nick and whatever else, like that shit is literally from Sonya, who's the same person who's like helping Nick get information. But one thing that's interesting is that technically Nick stole information, like he left shit in her crib, right? Like, so
Hey,
it looks
Luno,
like,
my bad,
yo,
bro. What did you just say? Because my shit cut out. You said
no, no,
he
no,
got
no.
corroborating.
Yeah, he got evidence from Sonya, the same person who Nick is like more or less working with, or got like a
Right.
positive or favor. But she helps anybody so that she can get more powerful, I think, is probably what
I don't think that's what it was. Well, maybe that's what it is, but what we saw at the end was obviously a mistake, because she didn't fucking know that he was a Skrull. That's why Nick was like, I thought you
Or
was
at least
one
that's
step
what she
ahead or
led
what.
on.
Yeah, she had no clue.
I think she really didn't know. Like, she might have just been doing what Luno said, and
so maybe Rhodey introducing that information as something that he got from Sonya is just like a ploy
to tell the president, like, hey,
yeah.
we got some help from the because he said like UK on board or some shit, didn't he? He said something like that to the president. He said
he
the UK
said like
is on board,
the
and once everybody
NATO
else sees,
NATO people will cooperate.
So pretty much that's Rhodey being a fucking mastermind right there. Like, he tricked Sonya into giving him some shit, and now he like, yeah, the UK, they helping us out. That's what he doing.
But yeah, so at the end of the day, Rhodes is convincing the president basically to drop the bomb on the compound and shit like that. But that's one thing. We actually look at the compound and shit, and this dude Gravik is in there. He makes the call. Who he called other than fucking Nick Fury in a car on the way to the airport, son. He says, yo, I will stop all my plans or whatever else if you just bring me the harvest.
Which also, in which that could be like maybe a trick, maybe to get Nick Fury there and to get the shit from him. But it also may speak to his real intentions, of Gravik's real intentions of just wanting more power.
It's definitely a bluff, right? Because if Gravik gets the harvest, yo, he's gonna think there's nothing stopping him from just taking over the world. So why wouldn't he just eradicate everybody? I feel like
hey, I want to rewind real quick to something that we found out in this episode as well, because there was a lot of questions about like Gravik and his past with Nick and everything. And so what we found out is that this whole harvest thing was that the Avengers would there would be bloodshed, I guess, on the ground after these fights and everything, or whatever they used to have. And they would send in a team of people to collect the DNA. And Gravik was
a part of that team.
I don't know if he was he was part of it. I don't know if he was the head of it or just part of it, but he was part of the team that used to go in and collect the Avengers DNA. And so what Nick was saying was like, well, shit, maybe that's where he got the idea from taking their DNA. Like,
yeah, they were talking about specifically, in which they showed where they were. The fight, I think it may have been like the first fight in the second Avengers movie, the Age of Ultron movie, whenever they were in them woods and shit fighting with the, I guess, Hydra in the bunker and shit like that. And that's actually where he ended up. It's crazy if that's the case, and that's where they got the DNA from. The nigga just hit it in its original spot, just all in one place, which is kind of smart of Nick to do that. And he also mentioned that he has like multiple, what do they call it, grave plots or headstones or whatever the fuck, like just in different places. Nigga said, dead man's got to have options. I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, that's what he said. He said that nearly every Avenger spilled blood in the Battle of the Earth. And he said DNA got collected and Gravik was the leader of the collectors.
But
So
yeah, exactly. And I'm sorry, but if this dude finds a way to inject himself with the harvest and become powerful, that would just be perfect. Because then the epic final fight between him and Gravik is gonna go crazy.
Well,
you mean if
it
Nick
looks
is
like
able to do that?
Yeah.
Can he do that as a human? That's the thing.
As a
Yeah,
human,
that
I
might
don't
fuck
think.
him up.
I feel like that would be stupid. I feel like that would be stupid for this story.
Super Nick.
Super
Yeah,
Nick,
a
bro.
super Nick would be fucking retarded.
Super Nick,
I
bro.
was gonna say something crazy, man.
What were you about to say?
Wait.
I was gonna do wordplay.
Oh God.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
don't do that.
Why with that word? Oh, okay.
But at the end of this, we see Nick Fury do the whole last suit you ever put on type shit where he goes back to his original form. Nigga breaks out the
time to
iPad.
end this.
And that's what I was gonna ask about. Who do y'all think he was on the phone with?
Let's finish this.
Which that was a lame ass line. I feel like that was a tropey type of line.
It's definitely a tropey line, but
I feel like he could have said something cooler.
It's leading into the final showdown, the biggest trope of them all, the final showdown.
Yeah, but who do y'all think? And this leads to me saying that they're gonna bring somebody in that we haven't seen this whole show. So who do you think he was talking to?
What did he say when he was talking to somebody?
Well, he was on the phone when he said let's end this. He was on the phone with somebody.
He wasn't talking to no Avenger. Because
probably not an Avenger, but
I was gonna say they specifically asked him why he didn't call none of the superheroes down, and he basically said like it's his fault, it's his fight, it's personal. You know what I'm saying? The only power he got is between his ears and this shit, I guess the ring on his finger. Like he was basically talking about, I can't call them. He said we can't keep depending on these superheroes to swoop in and save our asses. So like that line specifically just tells me like he's not gonna call a superhero type person to fight Gravik. So I know it's gonna be Gaia, clearly. I just don't know who else, because it's like, how is Nick Fury and Gaia gonna match with?
Exactly.
Unless I did have a thought.
What's up?
Because you saw how those Skrulls tried to turn on Gravik. Maybe if they can get the other ones from the rebellion to turn on them, but I don't know why they would. Y'all saw what happened to the last.
It looked like they were shook. That nigga, in which his British accent came out more in that little scene whenever he was.
What did he say? You
what's
fucking
up, nigga?
monster.
He said, that nigga said, what did he say? He was like one of them fucking quotes that
he said some
British
shit like who wants it? Some shit like that.
Yeah, that's what he's like. Who else wants it?
Who else wants it? And then Gravik was beating niggas. That boy, he beat 4 niggas ass. He beat 4 niggas ass, boy.
Then took the 4th nigga through a fucking window / door or whatever,
bro.
And then slit that nigga throat.
Not one episode has he played with niggas, bro. Facts. He ain't played with a nigga one episode. He was on niggas ass every episode.
Nah, this time it was really bad. Like first of all, he was like, y'all failed the mission. He's like,
4 niggas tried to jump this nigga.
Well, Gravik, you didn't tell us about this. You didn't tell us about that. I said, nigga, die then.
But you know what's crazy, Luno? Because right before that, dude that put the bag on his head was trying to like he was acting like he was scared and shit, like because he killed the other nigga before.
Yeah.
And Gravik was like, you scared, man. I know this and that. And then like once he got off that call, like niggas tried to body that nigga.
I think that may have been like a reaction of kind of like pride, where because right before the phone call and shit, he told him, he said, y'all have no faces, y'all have no names.
That's a fact.
Basically saying that these niggas ain't worth shit. Like y'all are here to serve me and only.
And he bodied a nigga before he told y'all that, so he's warning you. Like you see how I just smoked that nigga over there? Nigga, y'all got no faces and no names. I don't care about none of y'all. And then they still tried, bro. After that, like, come on, man.
I mean, that's commendable. That nigga said y'all not about to talk. You not about to talk crazy to us, nigga.
Yeah, and he did, and he beat some ass right after it, and he killed the nigga.
Definitely smoked the nigga right.
Who got
after
the last
crazy
nigga?
The motherfuckers was they saw that shit pop off. They probably got
nigga hit him with a sledgehammer. Nigga.
He said, "Yo, bro,
twice.
He said, listen, man, here's the plan. We're gonna catch him by surprise. The moment this nigga gets a random phone call, we're gonna hit him with a hammer,
and you can
hit him with a hammer and then put a Dixie bag over his head."
listen, I rewind that part. You can see bro getting up out that chair with that hammer, like once he turns around with that car.
Like he had the drive. This was a plan.
He was waiting.
They hit him hard as hell too. It didn't look like he held back.
Bro, hey, you know what's crazy? Twice, that make me think. Listen, that makes me think that phone call might not have been random. Then, how did they know that was gonna happen? Rhodey might have called that shit on purpose.
Oh, I don't know, honestly, yo. If you think Rhodey's working with some of the rebels in there and he did like a little hit job, that's like a next level thing. Like that would
that would tell me that Rhodey is like trying to take Gravik's spot.
Yeah, Rhodey trying to defy Gravik too, maybe.
That could be the case, yo.
Because Gravik did threaten Rhodey, like when he told him that shit about the president.
I would be kind of blown if, so say they blow up this base and shit, right? All of the people who they have faces of are in that fucking building. They're in that compound. So Rhodey has to be there too. So are we just gonna have like a scroll Rhodey for the rest of the time until somebody smoked this nigga?
Oh yeah, you talking about the compound? Yeah, they might have got that nigga captured in there.
Which, how do you run down on an Avenger and kidnap him? That's what I don't understand.
Because War Machine ain't shit.
Oh my!
I've been telling niggas this forever. This the only nigga in the Avengers that can get captured by some fucking Skrulls, nigga. Like, come on, man.
So you don't think Falcon can get captured by some Skrulls?
Hell no. I seen him fight super soldiers.
All right. What about Hawkeye? Hawkeye can't. Well, no, Hawkeye was Ronan. That nigga smoked the whole Yakuza. So never mind.
Yeah, them was humans too, but yeah, do what you do. Do what you do, Hawkeye. Them was humans. Go ahead.
Hey, but look, the friggin' whatchamacallit? The damn harvest. Yeah, it's in Finland. So this dude had $1 billion mask, Nick Fury. He has $1 billion shield freaking gadget that's able to just change his face to whatever he wants.
Which that's not the first time we've seen that.
Yeah, exactly.
The first time we saw that was on Black Widow. And was it?
I don't remember.
Apparently the motherfucker on the plane.
Ultron.
Yeah, the dude on the plane apparently was from Black.
Hey, look, so I looked this up, bro. I just looked this up, and apparently it's from 10 hours ago. It's a response to Secret Invasion. But I looked up Marvel and the Harvest, and this says that the Harvest is a secret vial with the ability to make a being so powerful it might make them all but invincible, and it contains the DNA of every single Avenger who fought in the Battle of Earth at the conclusion of Endgame. So we're talking about Endgame.
They got everybody.
Everybody was there fighting Thanos.
Bro, they got
literally everybody.
They got wait. At the conclusion, Endgame was the last one, or was Infinity Wars the last one?
No, Endgame was the last one. So they had everybody but Vision.
So they got Black Panther. They got all of the Guardians of the Galaxy. They got damn. They really got everybody in there.
They got every important hero that was there in that first leading up to Endgame, like Cap, Iron Man, Spider-Man.
Well,
Black Panther, like you said,
DNA of
Thor.
Iron Man is not going to really.
Did Iron Man spill blood, or did he just have a broken suit?
That nigga died. There,
nah, they said every. They said every. They got
DNA from everybody.
Yeah.
He said. Did he say nearly every? I got the quote wrote down, but he said pretty much every Avenger spilled blood during that fight, which is true. Like if you watch that fight against Thanos, like
them niggas was fucked up.
They was getting fucked up, especially before all of them came back. Like Cap definitely was getting fucked up.
Nah, he was doing some cold shit. He wasn't getting fucked up. Like,
oh, they was all getting fucked up. All of them.
No, they had a little scene where motherfucking Captain America and Thor was working together, throwing the hammer back and forth. That shit was cold as hell.
That's a scene, bro. You talking about when he finally picked up the hammer?
Yeah, that shit was cold as fuck.
They was getting fucked up all before that.
That's not true. That's where the fight. That's where the fight between him and Thor started, or them and Thor started. Because it started with my bad, Thanos. It started with they did the snap, everybody came back, and then Thanos pulled up. The past Thanos pulled up and blew up the building and
Roots,
shit. And then
I can stop this right now. If you want the absolute truth, them niggas weren't winning until Captain Marvel came down and she started getting on Thanos' ass, even though he had the fucking the gauntlet, and then he took the fucking Power Stone and punched her with it like she was overpowering Thanos and everything. Before Captain Marvel came down, them niggas was getting their ass whooped.
Yeah, nah.
And that's it. That's just it. No, that's facts.
Them niggas
that's what it was.
Them niggas is holding ground a little bit, bro. And that's why they had to pull out the
ground a little bit.
big guns.
Funny as hell, boy.
They was, bro.
Hulk was holding ground when Thanos was whooping his ass too.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't holding ground. He was standing there.
Wasn't. Yeah, because
getting slung around and shit. He got up.
That means he wasn't standing there.
He got up.
That nigga Thanos let Thor punch him a few times, and that shit ain't.
Hulk did not want to come out after that, bro. He was. Oh, they got Hulk DNA too.
They
got Hulk. They got Groot.
What is that gonna do? Because that nigga Hulk got sit inside.
Boy, literally. You seen what Hulk did in that first Avengers movie? His DNA.
Yeah, that was the first Avengers.
So this is the thing. But Roots, come on, man. That's Thanos, man. Like if Gravik get Hulk DNA, he's fucking shit up.
Oh yeah, you right. Yeah.
But enough about that, man. That's just what the harvest is. Travis Mitchell said that means the harvest includes Howard the Duck, man. Hey, you know what's crazy?
They better not have Howard the Duck.
Because if this guy right here walk up there, boy,
it's over with, bro.
If Gravik get this guy.
Hey, that might have been who Nick was on the phone with. Nigga told Howard pull up.
He might have been talking to Howard. I don't know.
Hey, Howard, let's finish this.
Shout out Travis Mitchell, man.
Or the Avengers. This dude's winning versus all of them.
Yeah, like they need to call Howard, bro.
Howard.
Or either John.
John definitely smokes shit. Howard, bro, that nigga John might give Howard a run for his money, bro. I don't know.
Which one you think tougher. Look how John got his hands.
John got a better hat on, bro. Well, this nigga got like knuckles. This is a duck with knuckles, suit on.
Now Howard way cleaner than John is, though. He's way cleaner than this nigga.
Yeah, for real.
Straw hat. Look at his haircut, bro.
Howard looked like he'll beat John ass right here, though. Look at him. He looked like he'll beat this nigga ass.
That shit don't even look like a fair fight. Look at this nigga forearms. Like he could just grab John and crush him like a goddamn. I don't even know like that.
Hey, salute to Travis, man. Hope you're all doing well, man. Salute to you, bro. All right, man. Anything else, man? We'll talk about the final thoughts and everything.
What are y'all expecting in this showdown?
Do you still expect Nick to die? We got that bet on the line.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't like betting against Nick because that nigga always come out with a W. But like, this nigga got bad knees, bro. So I don't know.
Why you brought it back to the knees again?
Yeah, like I don't know what's
saying, bro. Like I ain't never seen nobody win a fight with bad knees, bro. I'm saying.
Yeah. So yeah, I shit. Well, I still got Nick not dying, and we got the bet on it. But shit.
Fireworks. If you listening, I'm not paying your half of the bet, hoe ass nigga.
He's not listening. He's overseas. He's on a Navy ship right now.
Listen overseas. He just need that satellite.
Facts. You know he got connections.
Mm-hmm.
Travis said he said we haven't gotten closure on the president from Iron Man 3 who survived the extremist conflict. I speculate he'll return to help Fury, revealing on extremist failsafe left by Tony. That's a fact because the extremists we talked about that how it originated in Iron Man 3. So maybe that's a possibility. He's gonna need some help. I don't know where he's gonna get it from. Gaia is gonna be part of it. It's gonna be Nick.
But she not.
There is no more Talos. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where he's gonna get these other.
Talos wasn't even a fucking factor. Just be honest.
I thought he was gonna get some redemption, but he wasn't.
Let's see what he's gonna do with the harvest because he went to retrieve it. He has it in different locations, but he needed a vial.
Nick got to have a plan.
Yeah, he got a plan, man. He picked that shit up for a reason. I think he's gonna figure out some way to either use it in his advantage or.
I feel like that vial is too OP to give any one person.
Yeah, like I don't know how far it's gonna take, but presumably that shit would make him like God level.
Unless they plan on replacing Kang with Gravik, man, because Kang was supposed to be the big villain.
Well, let's hope that man beat his case and he's still.
I like Gravik, man.
I like Kang though. I like Gravik, but I don't like him as the main villain. I feel like this is too low scale for that. Something like Rhodey has one part of the plan. The president from Iron Man has another, and Harley. The kid who helped Tony, I forgot about him, has the last piece, setting him up for Armor
Wars, yeah. Because this is going to Secret Wars, Armor Wars, one of the two for sure. Yeah, man, one episode left, so all questions will be answered next week, man.
I definitely feel like this is a fire thing of Marvel to use a show to set up a movie. I feel like that's a super fire idea.
It's been effective,
yeah. I mean, they did it with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We just haven't seen the Captain America movie yet, but
that shit gonna be ass. I'm sorry, I don't know that. I don't know that to be true, but
Falcon is now Captain America, man. Wait for it.
Jesus Christ, it doesn't even make sense.
Maybe he'll be a better Captain America than he was a Falcon.
He's not. Oh, okay.
Then he was a Falcon. I mean,
he's not gonna be a better Captain America.
Not that Steve. Hell no.
Nigga trying to be Black Steve with wings, bro. Get this nigga out of here.
All right, man. Anything else, man? I guess that's it, man.
Yeah, I feel like we definitely ran for a while this evening, but you know what I'm saying, we just had a goddamn conversation that went for a while, so hopefully we was able to, you know what I'm saying, give y'all at least a little bit of this plot, because I feel like honestly we were just getting into everything. Like
that's a fact, man. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Share the live.
That's
please.
A fact. Salute to Travis for pulling up. Salute to John Doe. Salute to Lights Out Television, man. Salute to everybody listening. You know, this has been another episode of the Real Rap Coalition podcast, man. And we are out.
Stay on your toes.